If you have a smartphone, you'll be able to watch it on your phone. So your posture's not great. You're bent over too much.
Right.
Your weight.
Sounds like my wife.
Huh?
Sounds like my wife. Stand up straight.
Yeah. So you're sort of curved here quite a bit.
Right.
That limits your ability to rotate. You don't get a very big shoulder turn, and your arms collapse.
Right.
Now that sounds negative and everything, but I think I can fix this pretty easily. So, you know, my philosophy, as I said before, is I think if I can get you set up properly, weight distribution, foot flare, I want to see your back a little bit straighter.
Okay.
What I'm looking for is this. I want to see the ball of your foot, the tip of the knee, the tip of the elbow, and the top of the spine in a plumb line. You're pretty good. Your hands are underneath your shoulders. I like that. But your posture's not very good.
Right.
You probably sit at a desk and you're probably hunched over all day long. I think, you know, you work out obviously, so you can see his back's a lot straighter.
Right.
Yeah,
I try to do it.
You got to pull the shoulder blades down and work on your posture. I'll give you some exercises. Get against a wall, put your feet out, put your butt against the wall, pull your stomach in, lift your sternum, pull your shoulder blades down, and stand tall and hold that position and work on that posture. Because you can see these guys aren't all hunched over like that.
Yeah.
That's taken away quite a bit. That's taken away quite a bit of rotation from your body.
Right.
All right, so that's the first thing. The hands are too low. What am I looking for? I want to see the shaft running through the middle of the belt, pretty much just below the belly button.
When you're saying they're too low, where are these going?
Well, this is going like, you know, way below your belly button.
And you want it where?
I want the shaft running right here.
Oh, okay.
So you got to lift your hands up maybe 2 or 3 inches. The other thing is you collapse your arms on the takeaway. There's no radius to your swing. So in golf, to maximize angular momentum and get speed, you have to maximize arc width. And you want a wide takeaway. Watch Adam Scott here. You're not going to see any collapsing of the arms. His arms stay extended. His club head stays outside his hands. Your first thing is you sort of bend your left and your right arm. You don't get a lot of width.
Yeah, I try not to.
See how your arms bend right away?
Yeah.
That's no good.
Okay.
And then your right arm is so bent, it's just your hands are right next to you. You know, you don't maximize your arc width.
Right. Okay.
So there's no power there. So, I mean, you could get a lot more power if you had a little more dynamic. Watch Koepka here. This was at Whistling Straits. Watch the extension in the arms. You see, his right arm isn't bending, and when he gets to the top, his right arm is at a right angle. Your right arm is at a 40-degree angle. His is at a 90-degree angle. So your first move is you sort of bend your arms and collapse your arms. So this is Danny Lee. That's a good turn. Now he's a lot younger guy, and I'm not going to pretend that you can do all that. But what I do want to see is a lot more extension. The right arm is at about a right angle. And so, yeah, that would be something I would definitely change. In terms of the setup, you just don't, it doesn't look very athletic to me.
Okay.
I want your weight underneath the arches of your feet. I don't know, I have a pressure mat that I can put on that has 1,000 sensors, and it'll tell you where your weight's distributed. It looks to me like, I'm not sure really, I'd be guessing, but it looks to me like you have a lot of weight on your heels. Anyway, let's look at your swing plane. I don't think your swing plane's your problem. In other words, I think your club is on a pretty good plane. Club head gets a little inside the hands. What I mean by that is when the shaft's parallel to the ground, the club head is behind the hands. You don't see that on tour players. The club head always stays to the outside of the hands. Outside meaning to the right of the hands. So
This way.
yeah, so the handle stays close to the body and the club head stays to the outside of the hands. So that's different. You've dipped your head toward the ball a little bit. Let's imagine this is a wall and the bill of your cap's on the wall. You sort of dip, you sort of dip into the ball You're bent over quite a bit. Your arms collapse. Now you're going to have to stand up. You stay very still there, so that's good. Your head doesn't do a lot of movement, but you do dip toward the ball. So usually the brain seeks balance. So if you have too much weight on your heels, your brain's going to say, guess what? You got too much weight on your heels there, Kurt, and you got to move your weight as you swing towards your toes, and that's what happens. But yeah, you have a pretty good golf swing, with the exception that your arms are collapsed. Posture not very good. The club comes right down plane. I mean, that's nice. That's, if you look at Spieth here, his club's coming down the same path. So like I said, your swing is pretty much on plane.
Back all together at the bottom.
Yeah. Now there's something significantly different. You collapse your left elbow right there. You sort of, your left leg should post up. Now I don't expect you to try to do all this. I'm just going through your swing.
Right.
I'm going to give you one thing to think about, and that's it.
Okay.
But yeah, you're sort of this way at impact, collapsing. I want you to push up, and but that's not for right now. What you're going to work on for right now is getting this takeaway down, where you keep your arms in sort of a one-piece movement. Take the club away with a much more extended right arm. You know, feeling the right arm a little bit wider. So I think you said that you were trying to bend your arms a little bit. Okay.